All right, what up out there? We are live. Let me get this camera straight a little bit. All right, what up out there? We are live. I plan to do at least 2 lives a day because I noticed that they're really growing my subscriber base. My goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers legitimately, constructively, politely before the night's end. I know I got the same shirt on, doesn't matter because that was this morning. I just grabbed whatever I grabbed. This was a pretty impromptu live. Tonight we're going to be talking with Tom Yum. So waiting on Tom Yum to come on up. So that's who we're going to be talking to tonight. And I may open the panel to anybody who wants to come up. I may open the panel to anybody who wants to come up. I'm going to be experimenting also because I see the other thing. Real quick from the library. That's why. Okay. So I can add videos from the library. So let me show you guys a little bit about what I do real quick. Let me show you this video from the photo shoot. MP4. That, okay, let's see. They're saying that's not an MP4. Do I have an MP4 video? Okay, so nope, I don't have any MP4 video, but that's good to know. So you can't do that. This is like an add a background. Let's see what background you can add. Add a file. Okay, I can't do that. All right. Well, that's pretty much it. I gotta get MP4 videos, no problem. So, waiting for Tom to come in tonight. Let me give him a buzz. You might have thought I forgot, but I didn't. And then after this live, we're going to be doing. Hey, I'm on the live. I did. The link is in the live. Hold on, I'll send it to you. Okay, I'll send it to the WhatsApp. All right, bye. Oh, okay, let's see. So he's been waiting on the link. So let me send him the link. I usually just put it in the live. I'm not too good at this. That's why I'm starting to do it more. You know, starting to do it more. And I think what I'm going to do is talk about current events so that guys can come up and discuss it. Right? I'm gonna start talking about current events more, so you guys can come up and discuss it. Oh, okay. So I can post a comment. All right. Cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. All right. So tonight we are live in Pattaya, Thailand. Friday night in Pattaya. It's supposed to be Sokran. Sokran is supposed to be popping off. So that's what we're doing. Waiting for that to happen. I haven't seen much of it happening, but it's supposed to be a pretty big deal. I've just been working, you know. I've just been chilling and working. Um, create a banner. Let's see what that does. Can you find a girlfriend? Find a girlfriend in Pattaya. So let me tell you about my journey here. Thailand was on my list. Thailand was on my list of places to go for a while. It was on my list of places to go for a long time. Actually, I'm supposed to be in Chiang Mai, okay? And so I haven't got to Chiang Mai yet. Second time in Thailand, still haven't gotten to Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai just seems so far. It's like you get here after 25 hours, and then you gotta go another 13 hours if you go left, or another 2 hours if you go right. So, you do the math, right? It's a no-brainer. So there he goes. And what's up, Tom? What's up?
What's good? What's good with it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're coming in loud and clear. I can hear you. Yeah. So tonight we're going to talk about a couple of things. Tom has joined us tonight, and so we're going to discuss Nakmeezy, and I'm going to interview him about Nakmeezy, and we're going to discuss the current situation about coming to Thailand without any money, ending up homeless, destitute, and the problems that it can cause. And also we're going to talk about the bad reputation that Pattaya gets because it's been called the red light district. I have to disagree with that, but we're going to talk about it and see. And I'm going to interview Tom about this and see what he bounces back with me about it. So, all right. So, my man, how have you been? Long time no speak.
Yeah, man. It's all good, man. Just you know, uh, I think it's good to be on the show, man. I like what you do, interviews.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna start interviewing with. I'm gonna start the interview now. I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions. So we know that you are. How can I say this? You are the adjudicator. You are the black travel sector adjudicator. You the one who come in and make these guys dress up. They whether they authentic, they genuine, they fraudulent. They perpetrating a fraud. People don't understand what Tom's role is. This Tom has the best role. He takes a lot of courage and bravery to do what he's doing. He's basically and a lot of expertise. He's the one who comes around and says, "Yo, what's up?" I guess in the hood they would call it what they call it in the hood, checking your lit. What's that term they used to use? I forgot, but they use that term checking your lit or something like that. But anyway, that's Tom's role. Okay.
It, uh, it's different aspects of what you're saying, but you can continue on. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So that's what Tom's role is. Okay. People kind of misunderstand what's going on, and it's like if I came around and I was like, I'm gangster, I'm tough guy, I squabble, I done did penitentiary time, I done, I was talking all crazy on YouTube, perpetrating that persona on YouTube, and then what, right? Someone has to come and say, is this guy for real? What's up with you? You know, are you serious? Do you really believe this? You know, why are you behaving like this? Who do you know? You know, so that's what this is. So Tom, let me ask you a question. You've been coming to Pattaya for a very very long time, and I know you mentioned that it has changed a lot. Is there any way we can get this back on track? Is there any way we can uh we can heal? We can heal the wounds. We can heal the things that are broken and make it the way it used to be.
Well, first of all, it would have to be like a team of experts, to literally come in and uh, first and foremost, it has to be studied and pretty much trying to figure out what the complete total problem. So I mean, we're looking at one aspect of it, and it's a contributing factor, but that we're thinking about who's it affect. We're focused on Black Americans and their associates, like the guys from the UK, guys from Australia, and all that. The black guys from those. And anybody else that's feel threatened by this stuff. So as far as getting it back, man, I mean, I think that ship has sunk. I mean, and damage was done, but to get it to probably where it's like beneficial to everyone, that would take time, and we talking like years because it's a condition, not a off button thing. This is conditioning. And it's really I can't really, to be honest with you, dog. I don't see it going back, man. No, I just see it getting worse. I just see it getting worse.
Mm,
And
damn.
I mean, you watching it right in front of your face.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff happened, seamlessly. You got
Mm-hmm.
niggas fans, you got bitches busting up, breaking up glass in
Mm-hmm.
shops, it goes on and on. I ain't never seen a dude going through there picking fights with the ties like that, man. That shit was crazy. So
Mm-hmm.
uh, just for no reason, like no, literally no reason. He just, so that's where you at with it now.
Mm,
So I mean, that's the warning shot.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it's gonna get like these niggas is concerned about me. They really concerned who's after me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the niggas that ain't on you. That's the guys they got to worry about. And I met a few of them that's they don't have no allegiance to nobody. They own person and they doing what they do. But they know those guys are a problem, not for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say, man. It's I can't say it can't be done, man, because everything is possible, but it would take so much, man. And I don't think, it's just the cooperation, the the desire is not there. Guys are they just adjust. Guys are adjusting, and the new guys don't even know. They don't have nothing to compare it to, so they really
Mm-hmm.
lost. And then
Yeah, yeah.
so it's just I mean, if guys serious, I already know at this point, man. I don't like all that, like the description, adjudicate, and all that. I mean, if that's how you see it, that's fine. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just I'm just talking about it. I'm like, I'm just talking about like what's really like what I see, and
Mm-hmm.
my thing is what's important is telling these guys the truth.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, man. I just gotta tell these guys the truth, man. I
Yeah.
just feel right, man. And then
Yeah.
I know it's at the same time it's fucking up the place too, dog. It's like it's messing up the place to
Yeah.
where even you bring out something where it's like it's a competition. You remember you mentioned that before when
Yeah,
you was
I did.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. It should it be a competition
No, it
or
shouldn't.
feel like a
It's
competition? Said it's a body game, handsome game. And
yeah.
you gave some hope, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
why ain't don't Zoom got a lot of guys that will fit that them shirts and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't want to speak on that because I'm just saying though, man. I mean,
I know what you mean. No, I know what you mean.
if
I
if if,
just
if, if he trying to help some people, and you saying your shirts help people, right?
well, my wardrobe, not so much the shirts, the wardrobe, dressing better, looking
Okay.
better. I was in the big C today. I saw a East Asian dude. He had his collar pop. He had the polo on with his collar pop. He gave me a second look. So it's about the wardrobe. My wardrobe will help people. My wardrobe will help people because if you come here and you don't have the aesthetic look, you don't have the face, you don't have the and again, like I say, I only attributed this to African American men. I think I told you this. Like with me, I noticed that if you're a Caucasian man, you could look like anything. You could be 2 feet tall, you could be 8 feet tall, you could be fat, you could be skinny. Some of these dudes look so dopey. You can look like anything. They don't have a preference. But for African American men, I noticed they have a preference. They have a preference in the way that you look, in your face, or your body, or both. And then it goes downhill from there. Then it goes to, what are you spending in the VIP? Then it goes to how long your hair, of course, being hair shorter. Then I even discovered that I shouldn't out these guys, but I discovered that there is low key a strong military presence nearby. These guys come from, and they come in with a bankroll, and they kind of like just doing their thing. No shade, but so it's a so I kind of like have analyzed it like that. It's a hierarchy, right? If you're African American or black man, and I see the brothers come here sometimes, and I'll be like my brand. We're starting a whole travel clothes line, like clothes you wear when you travel. So basically, you have your clothes that you wear at home, but when you travel, you should carry yourself. You should look a different way. You out here. It's all about peacocking. It's all about social proof. If you're gonna be on that lone wolf shit, you gotta look like the reason why you're by yourself is because nobody can dress like you. Nobody's on your economic level. Nobody's on your level, right? You don't have many men that are on your level. So for me, I have no interest in affiliating with certain people just because, like I say, like I'm living in the future all the time. I can see outcomes before they happen. I'm living in the future. So, and like you say, Richie Mack, he's not going to help anybody. I already know that. I already know he's not helping nobody. He's one of those guys that's just in it for self. He has a lot of self interest. That's cool. That's his thing. My whole point is that if you're going to be on here about yourself for yourself, um, you need to have a disclaimer. You need to say that. You know what I'm saying? You need to say that. Okay, that's what you need to say. Say, hey, I'm on here by myself. I'm on here for myself. I'm on here to keep the sex kitten happy in the apartment in the condo for myself. Send me money. I don't give a fuck about y'all. That's what you need to say. If you say that, me and you are good. I can't go nowhere with that. I can't say this nigga ain't a real nigga. That's a real nigga to me, right? Like how I say what I'm here for. I say I'm here for the fat boys. I'm here. I'm doing the wardrobe for the fat boys, so we can compete with handsome game, with body game. And yeah, it shouldn't be a competition. It's funny you bring that up. I'm going to talk about that in the next live. I do about Charles Tyler because one of the things I realized in my 4 years of living in other countries and traveling, and I didn't sign up for this, is a competition. It's sad, but it is a competition, you know. So
Well, I would say due to the due to
what
the
up,
cir-
travel lover?
due to the circumstance and due to the situation, it shouldn't be a competition. These
Yeah,
niggas is
no.
these niggas is making it a competition and for no
Mhm.
goddamn and and then and then you introduce some new shit, which it's always been the case, but you know, I always said that you know, you always gotta look and smell your best, man. That's just all there is to
Yeah,
it. But
all the time. Yeah, all
because
the time.
it just adds to whatever else you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
all the time.
you point them in the right direction. That's really something they mama should have taught them, their daddy should have taught them, their grandma, whoever they was with should have taught them smell good. I mean, look good. I mean, that's just so you're telling these guys, and they really need to listen. If you speaking from experience,
Yeah, experience.
Yeah.
Because
So
see,
yeah.
yeah, because see, we got to understand that all the problems in the West, the Western woman, a lot of her problems aren't legitimate, right? They're influenced by a lot of things because women are on another competitive level. They're in another form of competition with each other. So a lot of their things aren't influenced by reality. But there are some things like how men dress that has fallen off and things like that. And my thing is, okay, if you come to another country and you're still not dressing right, what's going to change for you with women? Because one thing I can tell you is that women are universal. In every country I've been to, pretty much women are identically the same in their thinking, in their preferences, in their decisions. The only thing that is different is that women outside of the Western world have a healthy social structure. They come from a healthy social society. What does that mean? And that means that from the time that they're reared, their 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 influence is always heterosexual. Boy and girl, boy and girl, boy and girl, boy and girl, right? They're not taught to turn down a man's overtures. If a man goes up to them and asks them out, they say yes. You know, they pretend to give him. They don't pretend to give him a date or two. They actually genuinely want to develop a relationship with the man in their culture. So that's the only thing I realize is different. Um, and I think that that's what the bait is for a lot of guys. The bait is that hey, you come out here, you're gonna be able to pick a girl, pick a woman, and go on dates and get to know a woman. You won't be rebuffed. You won't be rejected. Like in America, rejection is pretty much the norm for men, right? But you come to these other countries, the women they don't reject you, and that's not necessarily true because if you come here and your wardrobe isn't right, or there's things about you that you just continuously refuse to improve, then she's gonna, she may not do it like get away from me, you dusty, you broke, whatever. She may not do it like that, but she's definitely going to be a little bit, a little bit like smile, like how you say that fake smile, smile and just wave goodbye, So that's what I'm doing. And I think if you gotta have muscles and you gotta pay for pussy, that's a problem. I think if you're handsome and you gotta pay for pussy, that's a problem. But that's a whole nother video. That's a whole nother live because
Hold
those
on.
guys shouldn't.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You to introduce some new shit. See,
Oh,
niggas.
okay.
Okay, listen. Hold on now. Big thing you just said. Goddamn. Listen. Hold on. Listen. Here we go. Here we go. Listen now. You got the niggas saying that they tricking. That they say that
Hmm.
they'll say that it ain't tricking if you got it, or they'll say whatever. I'm taking care of this, whatever underneath, or whatever
Hmm.
like that. But the thing is, like you said, because that's your perspective, and that's why you developed another entry point with the okay, well, nigga, y'all got to dress better because these two entry points we ain't got. But what you're saying is on the other end of that, them niggas with that entry point of half or money should not be paying. If they
Yes.
and they no different than a nigga like that gotta develop the other shit or a nigga that gotta pay. It's all the same if they paying, right? That's worse
Yeah.
than it's like nigga, she getting your bills and you paying. She's getting your
Yeah.
hair and you paying her.
Yeah.
And that's what these
Exactly.
girls do. Listen, that's what these girls try to do. I call it double dipping. They try to fuck who they want to fuck and get paid to do it.
Yep. Yep. We figured that out in Brazil a long time ago because in Brazil, Brazilian women love to fuck like for hours. Like they I gotta say they're marathoners. They love to fuck 4 or 5 hours, and we used to be like, dang, how we contributing to them, and we doing all the work, right? We wearing our backs out. she just doing she just getting the pleasure and she getting the money. We doing all the work. We was like, we need to start charging them. And that's what we came to that conclusion. We came to that conclusion that because they got a little bit of a sway down there too, where they got like, they got like, oh, I'm not gonna sleep with this guy. I'm gonna sleep with this guy for money. Like they got a little sway like that too. But that's why after seeing this in several different countries, I don't know what they sell in Brazil. I don't know what they sell in Colombia, but I know the reputation here is not accurate. They don't sell red light stuff here. What they do here is they sell drinks. They sell beer and alcohol. These women are getting a bad reputation because of what the other women are doing in other countries. Because they are having they have a preference in Colombia. I won't go into that right now, but I've seen it. They have a preference in Brazil for a type of guy that they want to take money from for sex. But and they don't do anything else. They don't have like you buy drinks. They don't do that stuff there. But they will say to you, "I'm not interested." So, but here the reputation is similar, but it's not. It's not. It's a bad. I would say it's a bad rumor. Here they sell drinks. You know what I'm saying? Who's getting more ladies in Pattaya, Travel Wolf or Tom Young? Who's getting more ladies? I don't know. I don't want to talk about Tom's business, so he can answer that for himself. For me, I would actually say, I do well because of the
Yeah,
clothes. I don't do as well as I think I should because of the competition, but I do well because of the clothes. So I'll say that. I do well. I do better than I would have done. Let me see if I can show you guys this photo. Let me see if I can bring this photo up. Don't want to talk Tom for a minute. I wanna show them something. I want to
the
see if I can show
tech
how I used to dress. I want to see if I can show you guys how I used to dress. Let me see if I can show you guys.
have to show them. You don't
Huh?
ask no, you don't ask questions like nasty like that, man. That ain't no
Oh
question.
yeah, okay. Well, that's a
But
question.
what you
How are
need to
you?
show them what you need to show them. But I'm just saying for that
Yeah,
question. But
I'm
this
gonna
is
try to find it.
listen, dog. We gotta the conversation that of saying first of all, we gonna have it one day, and only you can really have it. Man. I mean, it's other guys that can, but I don't know this guy. Like I
Hmm.
really, and they not speaking up. So
Hmm.
you can speak up on it and get it because it's got to come from a genuine place. And
Yeah,
here's first of all, we're gonna talk about. First of all, we're gonna talk about the situation about. Well, we want to get into why is it a competition, and then we got to get into the situation with who should and shouldn't be paying. Shouldn't be.
yeah. Who shouldn't be paying? Well, definitely who shouldn't be paying at the top of the list is dudes who have money. If you have money, you shouldn't be paying. Next is dudes who handsome game dudes, whatever that is. I don't know what a handsome man is. I have no idea what that is, but whatever. Handsome game shouldn't be paying. Body game shouldn't be paying. Um, and of course, fresh to death guys who call themselves in the game, players, they shouldn't be paying. you know, that's like the top four right there. And when
And
I see them, and when I see them out, when I see them in Tom's favorite spot that he calls the brothel, I ain't name the name. When I see them out, I just be shaking my head like, what the fuck is going on? And I even told somebody this one time, and I was in Colombia. It was a lot of well put together men in Colombia. Colombia is not a Not a slouchy place as people think it to be. A lot of affluent brothers go there. Very well dressed, very well put together, very well groomed. And I used to say to myself, why are these guys here? They doing that bad in America too? Like they can't pull no action in America? Why are they here putting their safety and their life in jeopardy? And it was told to me that they just want to have fun and be curious and get in the mix. But I don't see how that I don't see how that is, you know. I don't see how that's worth it, but whatever. So those are the guys that shouldn't be paying. Are you paying for it? Terrence Jones says, "Are you paying for it?" I don't know if that's for me or Tom. I can guarantee you, Tom ain't paying for it. But myself, I'll say this: I'm a playboy. I'm a playboy. That's how I answer the question. I'm a playboy. So, like Andrew Tate says, when a girl is affiliated with me, that comes along with a certain lifestyle. I come with a certain lifestyle. Okay. If I'm eating in fine restaurants, well, she's gonna be eating fine restaurants. If I'm first class, well, she's gonna be first class. I wouldn't call it paying for it,
Hey,
but
listen, that's why I said, man, look, don't answer these questions because these are questions that you have to analyze. And this is
yeah.
questions, no answer, you can't give an answer for that. Because it's like, you're not going to Walmart and buying a bitch and walking out with a receipt. You're not doing that.
Yeah.
So, because you have a whole strategic way. So that's why I said, man, don't even say, but then you made it sound so simple and plain. See, these guys understand this place is like no other place, man. Like,
Mhm.
it's all you got conversation things going on, and you got this and that, and you got the atmosphere of this, and you got this new introduction in here. And to be honest with you, this is what I'm gonna say, man. It's just like the market, man. You, those listen, dog, I ain't gonna say like with the current shit that it's going, it at one point in time, but niggas wasn't paying, but was helping. It went to not paying, then it went to niggas helping, and now point, then it went to niggas paying, and then it went to everybody. See, it's going. It's that's what I said.
Mhm.
Hey, man, everybody,
Mhm.
no matter where you go. I told this story on one of my lives, and I was like, they had a music festival, man, and you know how many it was had to be thousands of people there. And the one chick that I stopped and talked to, who looked innocent, this and that, was say, I ain't saying she ain't just saying. I thought maybe she was, school somewhere, whatever, but she came back with uh she works on Soy Six. Guys, what's the
Mhm.
possibility? So that lets you know the odds. So I mean, that's what these guys is running into. They run
Mhm.
into situations where even if it's some real shit, let's just say you got something going on real. Even if it's
Mhm.
real, it's still costing them. So if you got some real shit that's costing you, or you're so called paying for it, nigga, it's still costing you. I'm not gonna get into that with these guys, man.
Yeah,
So that's
Tom, your mic is coming in and out.
okay.
Check your connection. Yeah, you're kind of choppy. Check your connection. I'll take it over to you. Get your connection right. Yeah, no, that's exactly correct. You can see a woman and think, okay, this is a normal woman, and you approach her, and then bam, it's always the punchline. That's what I call it, right? The punchline. I had that happen to me a couple of days ago where I was in a pharmacy and I turned around. It was an adorable woman in there. She wasn't really my type body wise because she was very, very petite. And but I thought she was cute. And I got her line. I said, let's go for hot pot. Let's go chit chat and talk the next day. And we go out the next day. We go little restaurant, go have a little hot pot, talking. And she hits me with the punchline. I work in parlor. And I was like, okay, what does that mean? Like I just wanted to talk to you. I thought she'd be somebody to talk to, have some company. I do enjoy female company in a social way. But again, I got hit with the punchline. So that's the reality here. That's the reality here.
Everybody,
Um,
everybody know about the pain. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the city, like people know, like even if a woman is doing her or whatever, if she knows about what foreigners do, foreigners.
yeah,
If a
yeah,
foreigner approached her, she got and you could be the first foreigner that ever approached her, and she works at the flower shop for the last 5 years, 10 years. You know what I'm saying? She could be 35. When you say hello to her, she knows that y'all pay. She
yeah.
knows. So she can implement it right then. And she gonna expect you to do what you got. Because they got the whole idea of foreigners is they come in with cash.
Hey Tom, you gotta check your internet connection. It's still
Yeah,
weak. They saying they can't hear you.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Check your
man, I don't
internet connection.
yeah, I'm
And he's gonna take a look into that, guys. I see the comments. Let's look. I see the comments here. I can't really respond to the comments because I'm not able to analyze them properly. But keep them coming in. Keep them coming in, and at some point I'll probably follow up with you guys on that. So,
good.
but let me know when you get your connection straight, so I can
Ash,
jump into the.
I'm
Huh?
connected to the Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. Yep, perfect. Okay. So what I want to talk to you about, you wanted me to well, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not gonna answer questions for Tom, so you gotta ask him. I can tell you that I just meet people. Yes, I do. I do go on a lot of dinner dates and things like that, go to the movies and things like that. That's not a rumor. If you ask a girl, you show her my photo, she'd be like, "Oh, that's the movie guy." She'd be like, "Oh, that dude took me to Reefs. What is it called? Longhorns. Steakhouse." So that's me. Yes, hot pot. That's me. I don't necessarily subscribe to P for P because that's yeah, and yeah, and everybody that you see on my channel, well, the women that you see on my channel are like in a capacity of a model. So they actually paid for the interview. They're paid to, they're on my channel in that type of capacity. So only in that capacity. So that's primarily like when I say I pay for my content. When I say I really produce my content, that's what I mean. That's producing my content. I don't be out here filming for free and trying to do all kinds of stuff like that. I actually say, hey, I have a studio, I have a bunch of stuff that I actually contract for. So you can't analyze. Well, I'm not gonna jump into too many things because I will answer things like the date and stuff, but I don't know if I should answer too many of the other questions because they kind of could be, as Tom advised me, they could kind of be misconstrued, and I can understand that. So, but feel free to keep the comments going, and I will answer the ones that I can. But anyway, Tom, um, now you and Nike Measy, I don't know what to say about your situation, so I'll turn it over to you. But I'm going to ask you a question like this. I'll say it like this. Is your perspective on Nike Measy influenced by his association with Richie Mack?
I mean, my knowledge of him, or him. I mean, his situation with and his, his potential. deal. He understands the place, and this is he understands it, and and his position changed. That's what the issue is. It's out of respect. People just we not thinking for ourselves, think for themselves. It's all about what we're not trying to do that, man. We can't turn our back. Niggas need this information. So, I just I feel like he turned his back, man. Like, that's it, man. You find niggas get behind it. His association with Mac is how he gets. So, now it's so no problem.
Okay.
Now we can
So
time young, and
okay.
we
So so Neck Measy wants to come up, but I know Tom didn't want to do this on the panel. So Neck Measy, Tom didn't want to do this on the panel, but he wants to be interviewed. So we're gonna do an interview. But feel free to put whatever you like in the comments. I'm not ignoring you or nothing, but I gotta respect the protocol. Okay. So all right. So now when you now you do know like people can have dynamics to relationships. Like I have people that I deal with that fuck with people that I hate, and I tell them keep that person away from me. You know, and so I shouldn't say hate. I don't really hate anybody. That's just a strong word, but that I just don't want to associate with. You know, and I say, hey, when you done hanging out with them, call me. You know, um, you don't see yourself building with Nakmeezy in that way, despite his association with Richie Rap.
I mean, first of all, Rich Mac is not good in this. So this nigga, I, it's just the situation that he put this in to work with Richie Mack on better, but if it's not to work with, neither one of these niggas is good in the way of, it's bigger than them, but, somebody gotta, answer to some of this shit. It's just answering to Richie Mack.
Hmm.
It's
Okay.
a war.
Okay. So Nakmeezy says he don't
No,
do Twitter.
no, it ain't no nothing. It's no he's saying nothing. It's no he's
Okay.
saying it's no he's saying nothing. So you want me to continue or what?
Yeah. Go on. Go on. Go on. Continue. But I want to make sure everybody, like I told you this. I want everybody to be heard. So, but I'll
You
let
need
you
to
finish. Go on.
listen. I don't need you to relay messages. He can
Okay.
talk to
Go on.
niggas and he can talk to those niggas in there and whoever else. The people want to, but I don't need to talk to him. Not now. Not like this. I don't talk to niggas. Niggas want to talk to me, especially on some shit like this. We talk in person, man. We don't talk on the not going back and forth on shit on here. If a nigga want to talk to me, talk in person, man. Other than that, we do it like this. I come, this man here, okay. I didn't want to come through because he asked me to do it. I was like, I don't do that. But then I said, we'll interview for you on your shit to help the situation. Give you something. I'm not giving you that. I don't talk to niggas like that. I've never been on no shit like that. When y'all try to get
Hmm.
there wasn't nobody on here, I didn't do it. Am I right or wrong?
Okay.
Okay, and it was you and just Hilltop, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't no other niggas, just y'all two. I still didn't do it, right?
Hmm.
Okay, so I don't do it. So this ain't no cop out. don't do it. I ain't never did it. They tried to get me to go on with I
Okay.
can't to do, but I tried it and I got that one time, man. I can't. I'm just not doing it that way. Can we
Okay, no
move?
problem.
Don't slip
No
nothing in.
problem.
All right.
Moving forward, no problem. Moving forward. So, um, now let me ask you. So let's ask this other question. Now you know that there's a young lady out here. I'm gonna change it for a little bit. Let it cool down. You know, there's a young lady out here who got into some issues. She has a channel called Experiencing Kia, and now she's in a debt. She owes some people about $2,500, and she can't leave the country till she pays it. And we talked earlier about how that's a minuscule amount of money, right? That's a minuscule amount of money um, to pay. It's like a drop in the bucket. But she doesn't have it, and she has to take to YouTube to raise the money from strangers. Okay, now I know we talked about how people say come to Thailand, pawn your shit, come out here. It doesn't matter. You'll be okay. You'll be able to survive. Who would you say is the main solicitor of that message? Who would you think is the main solicitor of that message?
Well, I'll put it like this. Let me say this first. This is the first thing that should have happened in that girl situation. You know, the guys, the black travel guys, they should have stepped in. Instead of talking about the girl, man, where's they don't help the locals. They don't help the locals. Dante, he's not in DMT far as I know. These niggas ain't helping. They should have stepped in immediately. Immediately. I got comments, old videos that I can really go see while I told the girl to get at me. These guys should have stepped in immediately and got that situation and understood, man. That little girl don't know what's instead of clowning her, they gonna she could be clown. These other niggas can be clown, but not that little girl like that. Same shit to own niggas, and then y'all all niggas she making us look bad. Nigga, go help the situation, go diffuse the situation. Go BMT. What y'all over there doing, man? Stop smashing. Stop smashing. And go help that little girl out. Fucking phone niggas, man. And same go for the Zoom tribe. And they gonna just let their women go like because they too busy smashing. They gonna
Mhm.
let jail and go through all that. And they know she either something gotta be wrong with her. I don't know. Might be really wrong with her. Or she's we don't know what they were. She suffered PTSD from the military. We don't know. We don't know that. So the thing is, why those guys ask you that? Why Zoom and all that? Talking about the positive, and all he said about the chick was, "Oh man, she getting kicked out, man. They brought her herself, man. Pookies, pookies, pookies. Where to help, man? Where to sit down? Where to answer? Where to talk to? Where to navigate?
Mhm.
Now she ain't. She's a stud. Y'all definitely her because they can't nothing smash.
Mhm. So you're saying that if she was like, you're saying that if she was like, um, how can I say this? If she wasn't, if she was a
Colombian,
straight woman, if she was a straight, hold on, if she was a straight, attractive black woman, and she was in the same predicament, guys would
no,
fall
no,
over.
no. If she was a Colombian chick in Thailand, the nigga got her back that night on some motherfucking Tupac.
Okay, okay,
They
okay.
money and everything. Sure. If it was a Colombian chick, now listen, you heard what I said. If it was a Colombian chick in Thailand that broke up, they wouldn't be saying that. They'd be like, "What, man? Can we help her, man? Black man travel. What can we do today?" guarantee you. What you think? What you think, man? What they do? Dog, this nigga, she was had a big old ass, long hair, on that turn up shit, and they say she's in jail. Them niggas is going to get her, man.
Hmm.
Am I right or wrong?
Yeah, it's true. It's true. It's true. It's true.
Man. So these niggas don't like they self. They
Hmm.
don't because they would have seen that you can't. Dude, you go back week when the first time out here. I said, get at me.
Hmm.
Yeah, I was asking you about.
Hmm.
Got at me, man. I can't help her if she can't get at me, but I've been trying.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, I tell you, if he tries, I'm gonna get at him.
Yeah.
But I don't want to put him on the spot. But I'm saying, and wouldn't you agree, man? We need to listen, dog. And I'm gonna make the announcement. If it was Brittany, that's no different than Brittany. That's these niggas, BMT's Brittany. That's Zoom's
Hmm.
Brittany, man.
Yeah. Hmm.
And they gonna do the bite. They do no bite. Them niggas gonna bite, man.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So, but I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna make it public because I was doing this behind the scenes. I was trying to get in touch with the little girl behind the scenes, but
Hmm.
I'm gonna public, man. I'm announcing on the show. Uh, make it public, and everybody want to do whatever they can get, whatever help. I'm gonna go to Dante, but he don't like fuck, man, because it's kind of, you know, I don't know. I can't for him, man, but I would hope he would do something. Man. I'm gonna go to the. He can't turn it down, man. I'm gonna message this nigga when he get off the phone, man. He
Hmm.
can't,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? And if Mac Measy want to ask Richie, that's fine. He could call Richie tonight, and I think talk about him and ask him
Hmm.
if he's want to help because I can't get in touch with Richie. So I can't ask maybe Dante. But what do you think
Okay.
about? Would you be willing to help look for the girl or not? We don't want to look for her, but like you know, you could give us some advice or something.
You mean get her out of here?
No, not get her out of here, but this is what I'm trying to say. She needs some kind of, I'm trying to say, I don't know what it is. And it can't be,
Hmm.
I ain't like, okay, they help these, they help hoes every day, man.
I'm saying, this
Hold
is
on,
my thing about it.
Will. Co-sign
Yeah.
this bad, but you didn't co-sign it. Do
Well,
these
here
niggas,
go.
listen, do these niggas help hoes every day?
Yeah, they do. But let me tell you my thing about it. Let me tell you my thing about it.
Oh,
Here
hold
goes.
on,
Here goes.
finish. Every day, all day, right?
Hmm.
That's all I want to know. All right, go ahead, man.
Yeah. My thing about it is, because of her orientation, she's not going to take any guidance or help from a man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do with her. You
But
know, I
don't stop you from telling her, man. She'll listen. I know. At this point, as long as I'm sure you ain't trying to smash, man. If
have you have you seen her in person? You don't want to smell.
listen. Put it like this. I put it like this. When I see her, 0 mile. I know this possibly. It's 0 mile vagina. I know that, right?
Uh,
Pos- Okay. Well, that down, and then it's probably some shit you probably didn't had or some of these other niggas had with 50, 60,000 miles on their vagina, right?
yeah, yeah.
So I don't see what's so funny because it's like if we talking, here's what we doing. We gonna get into that. Niggas don't understand that. If we talking vagina, we talking vagina. That's
Hmm.
what. So if a nigga's a connoisseur of the vagina and how the vagina feels, that other shit is engine in the car. You're gonna look at the engine. But if you put all that other shit in there, you can't necessarily it's a one piece thing with you. But if you're talking about the vagina and you looking at a 0 miles virgin and virgin and not only how they do the wine, what is that shit? And mature the wine and matured
Mhm.
anywhere 18. So if you catch a lesbian dyke bitch at around 21, 22, 25, you talking, I mean, and ain't never had sex before. And if you got an opportunity to have sex with her and you get get lost in the fact of what she looked like, instead of saying, okay, this girl got a zero birth. Because once you take them clothes off, it don't that what you looking at now, it don't look like the clothes off. Because you're gonna have
Mhm.
big titties hanging, ass dark, and he'd be like, oh, okay, it's a bitch. And that's the end of the story. So so as long as the girl don't know you, she'll listen to you like, okay, oh, you got information. You and then and especially if she start hearing the shit you're saying and it makes sense, she's not, I don't want to hear that shit. Because right now you're going to court. Motherfuckers need help. This is when she'll listen. This is when she'll
Mhm.
listen to somebody. She's gonna listen to
Mhm.
somebody. So all
Mhm.
I'm me saying, hey, would you give us some money? I kept it cool and said, hey man, maybe we just talk to them. That's all I said.
Mhm.
I didn't want to say, hey man, do you want to get some money, help the little girl out, or whatever, because I gotta talk to her first. She start talking crazy to me, I'm gonna walk out the
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, and I'm saying that because of her. I mean, let's be real here. Because of her preferences, her sexual preferences, she does not have a respect, or she doesn't have a how you say, I can't think of the word, but she's not going to concede to male authority. You know what I noticed in hearing her story. And again, there's always three sides to every story. There's what the fuck happened, there's what the other person says, and there's the lies, right? So in hearing her story, you will hear her say that that there was a guy involved. The woman she was with had a boyfriend, and he apparently was trying to control everything and be controlling. This is what she's saying. So you can watch her video. She says this. That's what it is. Yield because of her sexual preference. She will refuse to yield to male authority. Okay, so helping her out is pointless because what's she gonna do? She's not gonna yield to your authority. She thinks she's masculine. She thinks she's a man.
well, I tell you, then you talking to respect the elders. So if she know me older, all that shit, listen, dog. Like I said, niggas won't even try. That's what I'm saying. Niggas won't even try. Has it? Nobody don't even want to try. But I guarantee you, if there's a Colombian, niggas would have tried.
They sent her money right away.
Listen, that you the bail to come in, you would put shit in your drink that night. See what I'm saying?
Paola, Paola get on the phone. Paola get on the phone from Colombia and talk about her daughter need a new kidney. Niggas is sending that dough.
Right, right after. No, I'm talking about if she came over here and did what that stub bitch did and was in jail, them niggas would have bailed her out. They would have took her home. She would have drugged their ass and took all their shit right after they bailed her. But they don't want to try to help the little black bitch. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to try to help her, man. They don't want to, they don't want to, But I'm just saying, and you got your point, but you ain't tried. You see what I'm trying to say? But you have assisted me. You had gave me information. I mean, some of it was
Mhm,
good, some of it was you was off on it, but but it's that's the situation now for her. And if she could do it herself, that's fine, man. Okay, so if it okay, what about the little dude? What happened to him? The little dude that came through pushing people around or like. Sit down and all that. What's
Who's that?
it was some cat I saw, man. And they sent it to me. He was pushing shit around. He knocked some shit down here in Thailand, man. I don't know the full story on that.
I can't. I don't know about that. I don't watch everything like that, so I don't
Uh,
know.
yeah. Yeah, I get all kinds of shit, man. And that was recent. That was recent. So I don't know, man. So what about him? Now, what about the black man travel? Now, what's the excuse on that guy?
Hold on, what
What
happened? What's the story?
he came through, he was somewhere, man, in Thailand, and he came through knocking people's shit down, right? And then
Hmm.
they raised up on him, and then he started backpedaling, like, hey, no, man, I give y'all money. And the boys like, I do was like, nah, we don't want your money. You don't do that around here, man. You don't do that
Hmm.
around here. And then I heard that's on it. They ain't gave him no consultation free. After that, after seeing that, now seriously, man. Listen, after seeing that, that was on the news, man.
Hmm.
After seeing that, you don't reach out to that young black guy that's basically traveling because he seen you on YouTube,
Oh,
seen the
you mean the
shit.
guy? You mean the guy in Japan?
It was a guy here in Thailand, man. Hey, he was in Thailand too. This was Thailand.
Oh, okay,
But
okay,
no,
okay.
it might be the same guy, but it happened here in Thailand. And what I'm saying is these guys, okay, hey man, we're gonna give you a free consultation. No, nigga, it's $295 an hour. No, we ain't doing that, man. We gotta say, I reached out to him. People who go look at these videos, man. I don't know if they're seeing these comments, man, but the thing is, why he didn't get a free consultation, man?
Well, they don't really do consultations. I mean, I think I talked about this yesterday. What they're doing is not consultation. It's not what a consult is. There's a consult and there's a consultation. It's two different things. Or the person's a consultant. They're two different things. And depending on when the person is interjected into the situation, a consultant is an individual who provides a solution. Okay, they give advisement to a solution. So if your solution is, I'm about to get deported, I got to come up with $2,500, what can I do? A consultant would tell you this is what you do, and 65 to 70% of their results are going to be accurate. What they tell you do it. It's the 65, 70% chance it will succeed in your favor. A consult is more like a medical term, which is like, you got a concussion, something specialized, a kidney. You go into the hospital and your fucking hands cut off, and they got to consult. They got to give you a consult to say how they're going to reattach it. That type of thing. That's like another form of it, but that's a medical term. A consultation is also a medical term. Like you see when you see the things out here say, you go into the mall and they have a little laser thing for the skin stuff and all that. They say free consultation. They're gonna tell you what your options are. They have laser, they have sonic, they have ultraviolet. This many treatments, what you want to pay, right? That's the consultation. They're basically giving you information about their services. So if these guys are doing consultations, they would be giving information about their services. So our goal, my question is, what are their services? See, they don't have services. When I say I want a consultation, what are your services? Okay, I get here Thursday. Okay, we pick you up from the airport. This is how much it's going to cost. We take you to this hotel. This is how much it's going to cost. But they're not doing that. They're saying some shit like this: where you go to get this type of girl, gonna charge you this much. Don't pay more than that. Don't go here until this time. That's not really any of those things. That's just like chopping game. You know what I'm saying? That's just chopping game. That's just experience, knowledge, whatever you want to call it.
That
But
that would
within,
be same
yeah,
as guy, right? What they're
yeah,
doing.
yeah, they're not doing consultations. It's just a bad play on the word. What they want to say is, ask me some shit about the place before you get there, which to me takes away all the fun. The whole point of traveling, the whole point of being a man is to challenge yourself. You drop down in the middle of the fucking nowhere, and all you got is your wits to survive. Okay? And that's what you want to do. You want to go to Brazil for the first time and figure this shit out on your own because you're an adult man. You're a fucking adult. It's just like if you was in the army. A lot of vets can understand this. I wasn't a vet, but I know some of the procedures. In basic training, you have different types. You have the crucible, that's the Marines. You have the Army thing. You have the Air Force thing. They literally drop you or drive you to the middle of nowhere. They kick you out. They give you a map and a compass and a knife and say, "We'll see you in 4 days." And they drive off, right? Traveling in the world is the same way. These are experiences that develop your core being, your nature. If you everybody's experience is not going to be the same. So if you get a consultation from one guy, it's not going to be the same. Your experience is not going to be the same as his. So then you might be disappointed, and that's what happens. People pay $295, $300, whatever it is, and then they come and they get disappointed. They're like, "Oh, this ain't what it is. This ain't what I was told. This ain't what's going on." So you know, my advice would be save that money, travel, come out anyway, plan to stay a month. It's real simple to do. Figure this shit out. When I came to Brazil, it was my first time out the country. I never been nowhere before. I had no knowledge of Brazil except for Charles Tyler videos. Nobody was doing consultations about Brazil yet. Now everybody's doing it, and from what I can tell, I haven't been exposed to a lot of them. Only one person I know is I would say credible because they've been there almost like fucking forever. They've been going there like they go there regularly. I would say 3 times a year they go there regularly, and they've been doing this for 9, 10 years. So they tell you where to stay. They tell you things like that. But a lot of these dudes, they're not doing that. They're not in the routine. Like this guy, you keep bringing up this guy, Maxwell Reacts, right? This is an example. He had someone reach out to him because they thought, oh, he's been to Thailand before. He's an expert. I'll ask him for a consultation. And he had to tell the guy, I ain't been to Thailand in 10 years. So what the fuck can he talk to you about? That's what I mean. If you only stay in one country or you only came to one country and you lived in one country for like I've lived in 3 countries for a long time. I can tell you where to go right now in Barranquilla. I can tell you where to go right this minute. If you called me from Barranquilla, Colombia, and you're like I'm over here, I'm on contact, I can tell you where to turn and where to go to get whatever you need to be safe, to do whatever you got to do, to get money, to do whatever you got to do. Because I've lived there, and I can tell you that my experiences are varied because I've been to several countries and I've stayed for a substantial amount of time. Well, I think it's a substantial amount of time, several months. Am I an expert? No, but I would say that is your experience going to be the same as mine? No, but I don't be out here saying pay me to come to a country for free, pay me for information to come to a country for free. So we gotta get the terminology right. Consultations is not really what they're doing. It's probably this. It's just chopping game. It's chopping game, and that's it. I don't know why they want to call it a consultation. I don't know where they came up with that at, but that's definitely not what it is. It's not even close. A
Well, I mean,
consultation, a consultation would be like, man, um, what's the best way? I don't know. A consultation would be like if I say to you, Tom, this is my problem. I'm trying to fly to Thailand, but I don't know. They won't let my dog in the cargo hold. I can't bring my dog with me. How do I go about getting my dog in the country? And you say, this is what you got to do. That's a consultation. You know what I'm
well, I mean, you know, people got to sound professional. So I can understand why they use the word consultation. And then that's kind of like a known, that's used widely over the YouTube. So it's kind of goes there. People gonna use it without questioning what it is. But the thing that you do know when you saying consultation is that you saying that you doing it for love and you trying to show people a better way, but then you gonna charge them to do it is another thing, man. And then I mean, donations is cool. I mean, we take super chats, but for me to tell you or me to help you, a black guy, I don't know if the black guys get discounts or whatever, man. But I know they definitely ain't giving them out
Well, I
free.
tell you what, ain't no white and Indian guys doing consultations. I can tell you that's a fact. Ain't no white dudes doing consultations. Ain't no Indian dudes doing consultations. That's a
Okay,
fact.
okay, okay, because they talking to their friends. Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
yeah.
fact. And I follow all of them. So everything Pattaya, Tiger, Pattaya, IRL, all of them. They don't do no consultations. If you ask the white dude who's been coming to Pattaya for 40 years, oh, I should say not 40 years, but I mean, who's lived in Pattaya probably 20 years, and coming here, traveling here for 30 years, 40 years. If you ask them, hey, I want to pay you for a consultation, they'll probably look at you kind of weird and say, well, I'll just tell you all the facts for free, buddy. It's no problem. They'll probably tell you some shit like that, right? So we are basically our own grifters. We're grifting ourselves, is what we're doing. We're grifting ourselves. And I think if you are a man, see, I believe in things like this. I believe in trial by fire. I believe in manifest destiny. That means like if you're supposed to prevail in the universe, nothing is going to change that. If you're supposed to perish, well, you can't control that either. But But what I mean by that is you owe it to yourself as a man to get your finances right. Get you like 5,000 put up, 5,000 put up. Get you another maybe 3,000 put up, and then get you a plane ticket and say I'm gonna go to this place for 2 months. You can go on Airbnb. You can lock down your place to stay for 2 months. You can pay that up front, so you don't gotta worry about ending up homeless. Give yourself a nice little budget every day. Um, I would say budget $15 to $20 a meal wherever you go. That's pretty normal. So you eat 3 times a day, so $20 or $60 a day. And seven, you guys do the math. That's like 4,200 a week times four times two, right? You do the math. That's your food budget, little entertainment budget. But remember, the first thing you should say is, you want to go $15 a meal? Yeah, what the fuck? Yeah, it's true. You can do shit. You can eat in Thailand for 60 baht. That's like $1.85. So, but I wouldn't eat like that every day. I wouldn't eat like that every day. But
And you
food's
got
not the best. I mean, you can't eat it every day, but
got
you can
guys
get
doing
some nourishment.
you got
Hmm?
guys doing it to save money. You got guys doing it to save money so they can trick more. You got guys cutting corners so they can trick more. You see what I'm trying to
I didn't
say?
even think of it like that. I didn't even think of it like that when he said $15 a meal is a lot. I didn't even think of it like that. That's a good point. I didn't even think of it like that. That's what he's
They
saying. You don't want to eat good so you can pop it. You guys are crazy. You know what? You know what I'm gonna do one day. I think if I do these two things, I'll go viral. But I'm scared. I'm scared to do the second one because I don't wanna put a bullseye on my back. But I want to show you guys how much money I withdraw every day from the ATM. Every day, like over 3 months, I'll show you from Brazil, from Colombia, from Europe, from Thailand. I'll show you my whole. So you can get an idea of how expensive it really is. Like none of these places are cheap. Not the way that I live, and I don't have a whole lot of girls around me, and I take care of myself first. I make sure my place is paid up for 3 months, at least 3 months. I make sure I got enough to eat. I make sure I can go out and do whatever. Tom's never seen me slacking. You guys see me smoking on that $160 cigar. That's what I like to do. That's what turns me on. I got a video. I'm smoking on $160 cigar. Okay, so that's enough said right there. 160 US, enough said right there. I'm not bragging, but I'm just saying that I didn't think of that. That's a good point, Tom. Yeah, and that brings up to the point I was saying about how the brothers eating here. Our priorities ain't right. Our priorities ain't right. And
Now you
when
don't
you
eat
got
oh,
people,
you don't
what
want to
happened?
tell me let's not take either.
Yeah, they give out free food and everybody show up. But um, and that's wrong because you should be patronizing these businesses. You should be patronizing these restaurants. Regardless, you should show up and buy a meal for $15, right? It's funny how people leave America and their quality of life changes. It's funny how I think when they leave America, it's kind of true what Travel Time Report says. When you leave America, your standard goes down. Like they live less. They want to eat less. They want to eat less, like maybe one meal a day, to go hang out and chase tail. Because they can't chase tail in America, so they get 3 meals a day, right? But they come to another country and say, "Oh, I'm not going to eat. I'm just going to chase tail." That's lowering your standard,
Oh,
I think.
yeah. Niggas fucking on an empty stomach, man.
And then you gotta feed the chick. And if you see, this is how I know a lot of you guys don't know about Thai women. This is how I know Richie Mack don't really know about Thai women, because Thai women love to eat. They go to the hot pot and they stack up these plates. All of these plates is like 100 to 200 baht. They stack up these plates, and depending on the type of Thai woman you're with, if she's like a beach road girl, a bear bar girl, freelancer, a go-go, a sex kitten. That's like the hierarchy, right? The lowest is the beach road, the beer bar. Then there's the freelancer. The go-go is like the top. The only other thing higher than a go-go is what I call a sex kitten. A sex kitten is a type of woman that you only would meet off the dating app. Super duper selective. She's the one if you walk around and you see a Garfunkel white dude, and you're like, damn, that's a bad bitch. How she find him attractive, right? How she's with Garfunkel. That's the sex kitten. He's breaking her off. He's breaking her off lovely, like almost like an executive salary to be with him, right? That's the hierarchy. So they're gonna take you to different hot pots. You got the little buffet hot pot that's outside. You sit down, and the food is like in the back. You got the other hot pot like in the mall. A little bit, it comes around on the conveyor belt, and you order these packages, and they bring you all this food, and then you pick it off the conveyor belt and you cook it. Then you got the real fancy hot pots, which is like the Korean. They got the little thing, and that's like $70 a person, US, and you gotta buy for two people. So you can't go in there and eat by yourself. If you do, you gotta pay twice, like $70 a person, US. So Thai girls can eat. So if you're with a girl, you're gonna like. Remember, I told you guys I went out to eat with the girl. We went to Soul Bistro. My check at Soul Bistro, I think I probably had the highest check ever. My check at Soul Bistro came to 1,024 baht. That was a meal for two people. That was for two people. And I tell you, I didn't do all the eating.
Right.
I'll show you that receipt. My check was 1,024 baht. I was proud of it though. I was proud to give my man Tim the check. You know what I'm saying? I was proud to pay that check for him. Um, so that's how I roll, though. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I roll. But yeah, you definitely cut down your lifestyle when you come to other countries. I've seen it in Colombia. I've seen it in Brazil. Dudes in Brazil is killing themselves. Like they taking Viagra, man, every day. Because I told you, Brazilian women fuck like a marathon. So dudes down there, they terminating, and they don't even have the money. Don't even have the money for their family to get their body back home. Got to do a fundraiser for that. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? That you go somewhere, you die, knock on wood, rest in peace, and then your family's like, oh, he ain't leave us no money to get his body back. Right? We got to get it together, man. We got to get it together. You know, we got to get it together. And we're talking about when I say money, guys, we're talking about little money. If this is not more than 50K, 50,000 US, we're talking about little money at one time. These white dudes, they ain't worth millions. White dudes walking around Pattaya is worth millions, bro. You have no idea. The ties are worth more than that. I be seeing dudes on some insane bikes. Every other day, I see a dude on another crazy motorcycle, like a real chopper, like a real motorcycle, custom out. So I see the city's developing. It's growing. And if you guys thought, $15 a meal was a lot now, shit, give it a couple of months. Probably be $30, $40 a meal. Because if you go into the Indian bars, I don't think they know about the Indian bars, Tom. You should do that. You should go into the Indian bars. If you go into the Indian bars, you got to know that everything in the Indian bar is double the regular bar. So if a beer in 808 is 200 baht, in the Indian bar, that same beer is 400 baht. Okay? So, and eventually, that's what it's going to be in every bar. It's going to be 400 baht in every bar. And then
Why
the
you?
Indian bars is, hmm?
I'm trying to figure out why you telling me to go there. If it's 400
Because
baht,
it's no, because it's I'll buy you the beer, bro. I just thought it'd be good for you to show another version of the nightlife that
okay.
nobody's aware of.
Oh,
First off, what nobody knows is that all of the best looking girls are in the Indian bars. That's where they all went to. So like when we go out and we're like, damn, it's the same chicks, it's the same, they kind of average, they whatever, whatever. You go into the Indian bars, you're gonna be like, this where they all went. This where all the baddies went. All the baddies are in the Indian bar. You know what I'm
yeah, I did a
saying?
street review with the Indian guys, man, and
Yeah.
club right there on Walker Street, and they basically said India is number one. So I was aware. I couldn't understand why you was telling. I mean, I went inside the club and I go in there because I figured that's what the action is saying. But I was trying to get your viewpoint why you was saying because you followed it up with prices and I should go there. So that's why I was like, well, what? I need to know why you're telling me to go there.
Oh, okay.
So that's why I was
No,
like,
just to
I
yeah,
don't even
yeah,
drink unless it's a special occasion or something. So that's another way that I avoid getting taxed. I don't get
yeah. I
taxed.
hear you.
You sure what I'm trying to
Yeah, I
say?
hear
Like,
you.
drinking to support. If I go to flex, yeah, I get support. But the thing is, if you drinking and smashing and all that, you getting taxed. And drinking, smoke, and smoking. Ooh, that
Well, I don't think any
triple
guy can
tax.
do that much drinking and
No,
smashing. I don't know many guys that can do that and stay up all night. But I
listen,
guess.
that triple taxation. And the it's the smash tax,
Hmm.
the goddamn smoke tax, the drink tax.
Hmm.
It should be Viagra tax, but they got to go with the smash tax. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, these niggas getting triple tax, man. So that's just that's I mean that's
Hold on. I want to answer this comment from Terrence Jones. He says, if you're in Thailand, specifically Pattaya, everyone knows your priority, man. Who you're fooling. I gotta be honest with you though, Terrence, that this place has gotten a very bad reputation, and it's not true. I don't see that. Like I've said that several times. I don't see that. I would not call this a red light city. Okay. Um, they sell a lot of beer here. They sell a lot of beer, and I got receipts to prove that. But I would not say they're doing what you're insinuating. Not here. Other parts of the world, I could attest to that's all that they do. There's a couple of places right now that they won't stop talking about because that's all that they do. You know, all over YouTube, blasting it out all over YouTube. They even say the word. They even say the word that I won't repeat in the presence of Tom, but they even say the word. So no one's ever really said that word here. They've insinuated things like they're saying. But I can tell you that my reality about Thailand is that they've given this city a bad reputation. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but that's not what they do here. Being here is no more than being in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, or Miami, Florida, or Washington, D.C., or Los Angeles, California. Staying here for a long time is no different. Is no different than that. And I'm gonna tell you how you know that because every time I look around, all I see is couples. All I see is couples. I mean, the pairing is a big cliche because it's white dude, it's old white dude with Thai woman, older white dude with Thai woman, very old white dude with Thai woman. It's cliche, but you always see couples. You don't really see a lot of single men aimlessly wandering around. Even on Soy Six, you see couples. Okay, so there's a lot of couples here. I even slipped up. I even slipped up because I like women. I like to talk to women. I saw a beautiful woman in the big C. I tried to talk to her, and she just ignored me. And then I was like, okay, that's weird, but whatever. And then when I was going to sit down, I saw she was with a guy, and I was like, oh, I keep forgetting that. I keep forgetting like y'all kind of got me psyched out where I be thinking, but it's not like that. It's a lot of couples here, man. It's a lot of just regular straight couples coming here and hanging out. So I don't know. Like I give you a contrast to that. If you go to a place in Tijuana called Hong Kong, Hong Kong. Every time I say Hong Kong, people think I'm talking about the goddamn city. And if you go to a place in Tijuana called Hong Kong, you won't see couples. You just see a bunch of dudes and triple that amount of females. Okay, Telemundo women, Telemundo looking women, Spanish novella looking women. All right, that's what they do there. But here, I just think it's got a bad reputation. It really has. I've been sitting in this cafe all night, and I haven't gotten solicited yet. If I was in Colombia, I would have been solicited at least 5 times already. I was in Brazil, I would have been solicited at least 12 times already because that's what they do there. Okay, they see a gringo sitting down. She gonna have the fat ass. She gonna come sit right there across from me and start smiling. I'm gonna be like, "Hi." She's gonna be like, where's your room? Where's your Airbnb? I'm gonna be like, "Oh." But here, if a woman walked in here right now and she sat right there, it's a 90% chance she's gonna ignore me. I'll be like this, and she'll be like on TikTok or some shit. She's gonna ignore me. So that's not what that that is. What you're describing to me is not what that behavior is. Okay. So, but anyway, I'll just have to get off of that topic real quick. But I wanted to answer your question. So don't generalize. We're not here. We're not fooling anybody. I don't know. I'm not. I never said I was fooling anybody. I never said I was fooling anybody. Actually, for the Richie Mack fans, I'm here because Richie Mack said, "Come here and get a woman. Come here and get a traditional woman. Come here and get a girlfriend." So that's really why I'm here. I'm here because Richie Mack told me to come here. All these YouTube niggas told me to come to Colombia for a girlfriend, Brazil for a girlfriend, Thailand for a girlfriend. And after spending a lot of money, which I wish I still had my money, but it's okay. I always get more money. But after spending a lot of money, you know what has changed? Guess what has changed? Can you guess, Tom? Can you guess what has changed? After spending
Nothing.
all that money, almost like 80 grand, can you guess what has
Nothing.
changed?
Nothing.
Nothing. I still don't have a girlfriend. I don't have that one girlfriend. The closest thing I got to a girlfriend here, and she scares me. I'm gonna tell you why she scares me. She scares me because she likes to love bomb. She says, "I love you, Daddy. I love you so much. I don't know why I love you so much. I love you, Daddy. I don't know why I love you so much. I don't know why you don't love me. I don't know. I don't know." And I'm like thinking to myself, if she's serious and I break it off with her, she might kill me, like really stab me. And if she's not serious and I fall for it, then I set myself up to be the biggest sucker on the planet. So I can't do anything. Now there's now checking game. Now checking game, right? There's things she can do that I can say, okay, that's a check box. That's a check box. That's a check box. There's a lot of boxes to check. There's things that she can do, but she has to do them herself. I can't help her. I can't help her at all. Like, for example, I told this to Mac Measy the other day. I was saying how she was doing that love bombing, so I had to shut her up. I said, I'm tired of hearing that shit. Because I know she don't love me. All right? I know she don't love me. She can't love me. She can't love someone like me because of a lot of reasons. One, she's a mother. She already has kids. She has two kids. She's older. She's 30. And so right there, off of that, she can't ever really love me. But I said to her, I said, I don't know if I should say this, but I said to her, if you love me, I'll say it like this. I said, if you love me, loan me some money. I said, if you love me, loan me some money. And you should have saw the look she gave me. When I tell you, she gave me the craziest look a woman has ever gave me. She gave me this like, she gave me like, who the fuck this nigga think he is? Don't he know his role? He's asking me for money. And you know what? She didn't do it. She got up and she left. An earthquake hit New York and New Jersey, and it don't earthquake in New York and New Jersey. And so after all of that, after Richie Mack telling me to come to Thailand and get a wife, I've been here twice, by the way. No, no, I got nothing. I got crickets. I got hot air. I got empty condom boxes. Boxes of empty condoms. That's it. That's all I got. Boxes of empty condoms. Um, so I'm doing what these niggas said, and I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. I did what these niggas said for the last 4 years, and nothing has happened for me the way they described it. So I say that to mean be careful who you give your money to, especially if they have a dick and balls. You got anything you want to add, Tom?
No, man, you know what? That's like, that's a real, real, real. See, you don't know what that means to, for you to say that, because I mean, like sometimes people don't want to admit to stuff like that, man. They don't want to admit what really happened. I don't want to say what really happened, man. So for you to say that and put it out there for people to know this is the reality for me. This is what happened, man. I listened. I did it. I spent money. I ended up saying I knew that, man. I was like, dog, if it's like the bait and switch. If a nigga get out of here, he could get caught up either way. It's like a spider web. So if I tell you to come out here and I say, hey man, you get a girlfriend, you can find a wife when you get out here, and then you just start, like you said, you end up with a box of empty condoms, and you just spend all this money because when you got here, it got caught up in the action. You
Yep.
know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
and that's what people's doing. They like, and they losing it out, man. I'm pretty sure
Mm-hmm.
that even that black stud chick, I'm pretty sure she left her situation thinking she was going somewhere better or gonna have a better experience, and it ended up being different than what she expected. And then that the problem came in there, man. So that's where we at with this shit, man. I don't know, man. Everybody, like, if listen, dog, this is how it works. Transparency, man. You gotta have, and then if he knows that this is the reality, the yin and the yang. Okay, well, we need to hear it all, man. Cut out that gift wrapping. You know what I'm saying? Cut out that gift wrapping, man. Christmas wrapping with the little dogs and all that shit on the Christmas paper, and then giving
Mm-hmm.
it to people instead of like you gave it to them. That needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
That should be part of the consultation.
Listen, me, and me and Barber World. I've been telling Barber World this for years. I would tell him all the time to his face. I say, because he was a big proponent of Brazil a little bit, and he really a big Colombian dude. But he really a proponent of Brazil too. I would tell him to his face all the time. When I had my issues in Brazil, the first time I went there with the kidnappings and all that stuff, and then the second time I went there with the romance scam, I would tell him all the time, Brazil is full of shit. Brazil is fake. It's phony. That whole come to Brazil, get a karaoke, all that shit. That shit is fake. Okay, those chicks down there to me are straight assholes, right? I would tell him that all the time, and he would say, "Oh, well, no, no, no. I know some guys who are doing well. Nah, nigga, it ain't about the 8 guys that are doing well. It's about the 10,000 niggas like me that fail. The niggas that come with real money. I lived in Hawaii. I lived in Hawaii for 14 years. If that don't speak for itself, ain't no niggas live in Hawaii unless they from the military, bro. Let's say from the military. That's a fact. You're looking at the only nigga who lives in Hawaii that ain't affiliated with the military. 14 years, going on 15 now. I'm going back to Hawaii soon to stay for a little bit. I'm gonna go on to my next country. But the point I'm making is I'm always transparent. And I used to tell him all the time, like, you guys, man, you guys are really like not really telling the whole thing. The version you show, it might be your story, it might work for you, and I don't really want to put everybody's business out there, but like I said, the version that they tell, because it's not just him. It's a lot of these dudes. It's Skylar. I shouldn't just leave him out there like that. It's that dude Skylar, master teacher, who I really like. It's this other dude, Guapo. They call him a Guapo or some shit like that. It's this other dude, Pierre JG. I told you I was gonna air niggas out tonight, right, Tom? You see how the spirit came through me? This other dude, DPJ, right? And like these guys, it's Austin Holloman, who despite Brazil shitting on him in the worst way. This is what I mean. Here we got somebody who had the body game thing going on. He at least had the body game thing going on, and they rejected him. They kicked him out of the country. They told him you're not worthy to be here. They shitted on him in the worst way. They put in a case on him. Right now, I had my researchers look into it. He got an active case on him right now. He might be the next P Diddy, right? So that's what you get. And how did he get to Brazil? Listening to each one of those dudes that I just mentioned, right? And what happened? Just the same way this chick came here, listening to Tricky Mac. She got into some legal shit, right? Do we see a pattern? Do we see a pattern? Are we really pretending like if we wasn't back home in the streets and I say to you, Tom, I say, yo, Tom, let me hold $20, and you're like, okay, and you give me the $20, and then I don't pay you back, and then you tell niggas, you know, uh, don't lend that nigga money, he ain't gonna pay you back. Niggas don't need to hear about me doing it a second and third time. They like, okay, bet I'm gonna take what you saying. I'm not gonna lend Will no money. But it seemed to us, we got Austin Hallman got jammed up in Brazil. Another nigga got jammed up in Colombia. This shit gets jammed up in all places, Thailand, all listening to YouTubers, and we not saying, you know what? I think it's time we cancel these dudes. We need to stop talking to these dudes. You know, we need to stop. We need to stop subscribing. Stop sending them money. We need to shut these dudes down. Right? Why we so ignorant to things that we wouldn't behave if we was back home in our neighborhoods in Compton, in New York City, in Staten Island, Brooklyn, in Hialeah, in Jacksonville, Florida, in Houston, Texas, in fucking St. Louis, Memphis, Tennessee, right? We know how we act when we see some fugazi shit occur. And the nigga responsible, everybody's like, yo, that nigga persona non grata. Don't fuck with that nigga, right? But it seemed that despite this pattern that's been developing, despite this pattern that's been developing, we just continue on like it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. We're gonna have a good time. Listen, man. Listen, man. I really rather have had my money back right about now. But I listened to these niggas and spend about 80 racks over the last 4 years traveling, and I'll probably being conservative about that. But that's it. You know what I'm saying? That's where we at. I've been here since October. I've been in Brazil. You guys can go on Barber World and see me traveling the whole country, the whole world with this dude. I've been to Europe. I've been to let's see, there was Brazil, there was Netherlands, there was Czech Republic, there was Germany, there was where was that at? Then there was Brazil again. Then there was Thailand. Then there was Colombia. I was in Colombia for 6 months. Oh, there was Bali. Then there was Thailand. Then there was Colombia. And then I came back to Thailand. Most times I leave a country, I go to another country, and then I come back to that country. So if I left Thailand, normally I go to Bali, and then I come back to Thailand. When I left Colombia, I went to three other countries, excuse me, and came back to Colombia. I rarely go back to America. I hate going back to the States. But I can only take so much of this disappointment after a while. You know what I mean? Like, why am I here? You know? So, but enough of that. Enough of that rant. But you guys get the point. You know what I'm saying? I need to go to the Philippines. I'm sure. I don't know about the Philippines, man. I don't know. I don't know about the Philippines. I'm kind of over it right now. To be honest with you. Tom, you still there? Did I
Yeah, I'm
put you to
here.
sleep?
I'm here, man. I'm trying to. I got
Okay.
some other shit going on right now, but I'm trying to hang in there with you, man.
No, it's cool. If you wanna exit out, I'm about to just wrap it up, land the plane. Thank you for coming through, and you got to
Yeah.
say what you wanted to say. I don't really know what else you want to discuss.
Now we'll do it again, man. I got to make a move, and I
Yeah,
appreciate
okay,
you.
no
Everything you
problem.
do.
All right, talk to you later, man. Peace.
Peace.
So that's what we got for tonight, guys. I'm still out here looking for a girlfriend in Pattaya. I use that title because that's how I got into all of this. Just basically, maybe that's what it was. Maybe that's what it was because that's how I got into all of this. Just basically using YouTube as a form of therapy. I didn't I didn't say anybody's name. I didn't attack anybody. I didn't do it. I didn't get to this point where I'm at right now where I'm so fucking fed up. And today I was really fed up. I don't want to go into that story, but just some things got me really fed up. Yeah, it's like, man, and I got to get out of here. I really do. I got to get out of here. Not because of the place. I love Thailand. I love the people. I can really enjoy myself here. I met some nice women at a Thai matchmaking event. I'm gonna put that video out. I've been talking to them, making genuine connections with them. So they all got jobs. That's the main thing. Gotta have a job. Any woman you deal with has to have a job. That should be a big flag. I mean, like a real job, like a regular job, with coworkers and shit that we're close. But so yeah, man, just be careful. Be very careful with your expectations about. about traveling. I find it to be exciting. It was exciting with the things I was looking for. The things I was looking for, being carefree, doing whatever the fuck I wanted, being inspired, being motivated. I probably go to the gym. I probably work on myself a lot physically because of that, because I feel better about myself. My morale is boosted outside of the snakes, right? Um, but the things you shouldn't focus on is looking for authentic or genuine love, romantic love, anything like that. You may get a transactional or you may get a situationship. At best, you'll probably get only a situationship, but it's going to take a lot of time and money. So when someone tells you to come to a country for 2 weeks, I can tell you it's not going to happen in 2 weeks. It's just no way. It's not going to happen unless you are body game or you are handsome game and you do so well in America with women that you really wouldn't want to leave anyway because you have to have that thing that makes a woman just open up to you immediately. You know, I know I don't have that. I know I'm not the most handsomest guy. Definitely don't got the body game. Working on that part. But will it change anything? I don't know. I'm not doing it for them, so I don't care. I don't think it would change anything. I think there's definitely something at play because if I spend all this money to go to the gym, because think about it, going to the gym, that's the gym membership. That's the personal trainer. I had a personal trainer in Colombia for like 3 months. That shit was expensive. That's the personal trainer. And he really didn't help. And I was kind of dating this girl in Colombia. I call her Buffy, and she was a professional bodybuilder. Buffy was I don't know why I got a strong Jones for muscular women for bodies, but not really muscular, just fit women, you know. And Buffy was fit. I saw a baddie out here that could match her. That was fit. This chick probably was like maybe 280, but all muscle, but not like in a masculine way, in a sexy way, in a sexy way. Um, I saw her out here one night at 808, but I was like, I'm not gonna do it to myself. Brothers get a lot of love in the Philippines. I'm speaking on a. Yeah, I heard that, but I don't think the Philippines is my type of place. But I appreciate the input. I've been directed to the Philippines. It's just something about them. I don't know. The women in the Philippines, they just don't do it for me. They just don't. Brazilian women did it for me until I got to know them and realized they was a bunch of assholes. Um, Colombianas do it for me. It's a bad biatch parade every day in Colombia. I love me some Colombianas. That's really my sweet spot. But really, really, my ideal women, and it's kind of funny because I don't go there. I'll never go to Dominican Republic for a lot of reasons. But Dominican women, but not Dominican women from, but then Dominican women from New York City. That's like my sweet spot. Those are girls that really melt me. Those are girls that I really just do a bunch of dumb shit for. I really am into um, Dominican women, but like from New York City. You know, the accent, the femininity, the hair, the way they act. I'll tell you guys a crazy story about your boy. I'm gonna tell you a crazy story about your boy because y'all think the fat boy don't. I'm a lot of things, right? I'm fat. I'm a nerd. I'm a quarter time gangster. you know, um, I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole, right? I wanna kick people's teeth down their mouth so fucking bad sometimes. Just whew, I need a drink. Um, But yeah, but I'll tell you this story. Give you an example. So I used to go to this Starbucks in New York City on 14th Street, Union Square. And so one of my little games, I have different games that I play. I have a where do I know you from game. I have a have you seen my wallet type of game. And then I have did you drop this money type of game. And I forgot where we was at. No, no, that was a long time ago. That was another time. But anyway, because I travel with Barber World so much, he sees me use all these games. But so but this is before that. That's why I used to live in New York City. I would go to the Starbucks and try to pull girls. And there was this girl in there. She was Dominican. I didn't know she was Dominican though, but she was just so fucking gorgeous. She was just sitting there. So I walked over to her and I was like, did you see my wallet? Do I leave my wallet here? And then, opened up like that, cold opening, whatever. Anyway, we chit chatted. I got her number. She was waiting for somebody to pick her up. And this other guy, no, we was making jokes about it because it was like, he was like, oh, she's probably waiting on a nigga to pick her up. And she's just, it was just crazy. It was stupid stuff. We were trying to imagine the whole thing. So she gave me her number. We talked back and forth. And I remember it was 4th of July weekend. It was 4th of July weekend in New York City. So I was like, yo, come through. I'm about to get a hotel over here on 5th Avenue and 44th Street, cook some food, chill out for the weekend, come through. And she was like, oh, all right, I'll come through. I'm about to go to see the fireworks. And then after I see the fireworks, I'll come see you. So I was just chilling in the room all day. I had a couple of other things arranged. They came and they went. And I was like, come on, get out of here. Somebody asked me about the white women. Yeah, I do. I hate to say it, but I do have a little thing for white women. A little thing. So it's probably why I stay out of Eastern Europe because the white women over there are insane, insanely beautiful. They got body. They got body, man. So even in oh my god, even in Netherlands they got body. In the Netherlands they got super body. So that girl in my thumbnail, that's a girl I met in Bali. We went to Bali last year. So low key, I really pursue women of the local country. I'm really talking to whatever fits my taste. So I do have a type. I do have a type. So anyway, she calls me and she's like, "I'm coming up on the train. I'll be there in a little while." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "Wait for me downstairs." So I asked her what she likes to drink, and she told me she likes Trey's Generations tequila, but I couldn't find that shit. And I was like, "What else she likes?" She's like 1800. And I used to hate buying alcohol for girls because they would never like. I used to buy a fifth. They don't really want to drink, and then I'd be like, "Damn, I don't drink," so it's like I'm stuck with this alcohol. Or sometimes I would get stood up. I really would get stood up. Um, and so I would say. So anyway, she called me and she said, "I'm trying to find this comment about the white girls." So she called. Oh, how the white girls out there? Well, that's what I'm going to answer for you. So she called me, and I was like, "Okay, let me go downstairs." I was like a little kid at Christmas, and she was bad. We kind of, I guess you could say, well, anyway, okay. So she calls me, and I think to myself all the time. I say to myself, how a woman shows up lets you know if you're gonna smash or not. And I was like, if she shows up and she's not wearing sneakers, we're gonna smash. And she showed up. She had this nice dress on with these gladiator sandals. It was black. She looked good. I saw her from like a block away. I was like, oh yeah, I'm about to smash. Went upstairs, did a little chefing, cook her a little ribeye, cook her some dinner. We talked, we drunk. I showed her Willie's home videos for the day, and then we fucked, and then that was cool, and then she left and went home, and then we hung out a little bit after that. We dated a little bit. So um, that's my type. That's what works for me, like that. That's what works for me. So I do try to meet women, go out to eat. Let's go back to the crib. Let's chill. Let's chit chat. I'm not really with this P for P. I'm gonna tell you why, because I understand what money is and what money isn't. Okay, money. I don't know if this is a good metaphor, but because water really isn't abundant if you're in the middle of the fucking ocean, because you can't drink the salt water, and oxygen really isn't abundant if you live in a place where the oxygen is unbreathable, like the Vog in Hawaii or the air in Bangkok or wherever the air quality is low, like the smog in LA, right? But let's just say you never know when your next meal is coming from. My father had this saying, he say, you never know when your next meal is coming from. That's how you gotta look at money. You never know when you're gonna hit again. So you gotta treat your money like that. Like you gotta treat your money like it's your last meal. And you have to use it to build stuff. You have to use it in a constructive way. And using it with the knowledge that someone's just gonna walk away and give it to another nigga, that's not my thing. That's not cool. I always disliked that. When I was tracing strippers in the 90s and the early Y2Ks, I never liked that, right? So I say this to mean that you gotta get out of your mind about that intent of going to these countries. You go to different countries for the immersion. The debauchery is there, but that shouldn't be your primary goal. Because if the debauchery is that abundant, you're not going to find a situationship, a transactional relationship, a romantic relationship. You're just not going to find it. And you're definitely not going to find it in 2 weeks. So I would say the biggest lie that these guys tell you is that you're going to find the traditional wife in 2 weeks. That's a bullshit. Bullshit. I've been doing this since when they, I don't know, look up when Brazil opened its borders after COVID. I've been doing this that long. And it's not it's not even I'm not even close. Not even close. If I say I would have liked to have known someone over several years, because that's really how I roll. I'm not even that close. I'm not in touch with anybody from Brazil anymore. I really was never in touch with anybody when I left Brazil. Um, don't really even talk to anyone from Colombia because they always want to ask for money. So I don't even open that door. And none of them have talked to me. So, and in Thailand, I can tell you my experience. It's girls that I have had dinner or drinks with or hung out with, and I see them and they literally walk right past me, like just walk right past me, like they don't even know me, because they really don't, because they also are working on trying to get a bigger fish, right? This is a fishing, um, and so you got to be mindful of that. This is it's a parallel game. It's your game, and then it's their game. The only way you can win the game is to not play any games. Is to just stand on your square. Say, look, I'm not going to do that. Or if I do it, I'm going to do something with no expectation. So that's the only way you're going to win. If you do it with an expectation, you're always going to lose. Afro Colombianas and that's what I have now. Yeah, Afro Colombianas rock, bro. Venezuelans are my favorites. I love my Venezuelans. Like it's Dominicans and Venezuelans for me. Venezuelan girls in Colombia. Whew. I had this one. I could have made her my girlfriend. I had this one in Colombia. She was bad, bad Venezuelan, and she looked even badder when she wore the stilettos because she was already tall and slender. Had the had the voluptuous body. She was chocolate, long hair, and I remember talking to her because she was out there in the clock tower, and she looked so fucking sad. And I was like, "There's no way this beautiful girl could look that fucking sad." And I started talking to her. She didn't speak no English, but I said, "Let's go get some drinks." And I grabbed her, and Barbara Will grabbed her friend, and we went to have some drinks. That's a whole video about it. If I can find a video, I'll put the link in the video for you guys. It's on his channel if you want to see them. We had a restaurant called Pasquan's, and we had a bar called Pasquan's. You see me in there dancing with her and all that. I think he went live that night. The one he would have some really big titties. But and she was gorgeous, man. She put on these stilettos, and she just, cause I like tall women too. And she put on these stilettos, and she was just amazing, amazing looking. And I could have probably turned her into something, but I was a little bit I was a little bit reserved in Colombia. You know, like I said, man, um, don't really go into things with an expectation. That's the main thing, and they're not telling you all the truth. I'm gonna answer this question, and I'm about to go. I'm about to slide out of here. How's the white girls out there? Well, there are a lot of they're not really white girls out here. They're Russians, Estonians, Ukrainians, and a lot of Nordic women. I don't really think there's white American women out here. I've seen a lot of European white women. Um, every once in a while, I come across one that's gorgeous, that's beautiful, but they're a lot older. They're more closer to my age. They're like 35, 36, which isn't a problem, but they're a lot more older. I leave the boppers to the young brothers. I leave the boppers to the young brothers. I enjoy that. I remember one night I was out and I was proud to see this because I don't think you should come to Pattaya if you're young, but you can come if you're young, but not too young. You shouldn't come here if you're younger than 24. This is not where you should come. If you're younger than 24, you shouldn't be here. You can still get, you still got, as a man, you still have a great deal of sexual marketplace value. SMV, you still have a great deal of that. You should not be in some place like Pattaya if you're 24. Um, if you're under 24, 24 under, as a man. But I was so happy to see this night because they was winning, right? It was these two young white chicks. They looked like they was like I want to say they looked like they was like one of those exotic countries, Czech Republic or some shit like that. They was bad. They was bad. There's one out here that I met that's bad too, but she don't fuck with me though. But that's a whole nother topic. But she's French, but she's bad too. Her name is Sophie, but she's bad too, but she don't fuck with me. But anyway, so it was just too bad. I say they was from Czech Republic because I can tell a little bit, or they was German. Maybe they was German. Whatever. They was gorgeous, and they ain't there bopping. You know, they bopping. They ain't got no money. They backpacking. They doing their thing. And there was these two young brothers. One of them was actually one of them was a mulatto, and the other one was a black man. And he was like about their age. Like the girls was like 18, 20, and the brothers was like 22, 23. And they like, they did their thing. They hooked up, they talked, they hooked up, they was dancing, they was buying drinks and having a good time. And I was happy to see that shit, man, because that's such an authentic experience that I know these young men are not getting back home. They not getting this authentic experience back home in America. They was obviously American, you know, but they're not gonna get that back home where you can just meet a girl in the club and chit chat and talk and dance and she doesn't rebuff you. Every girl doesn't have to like you, but every girl shouldn't rebuff you. But we know in America they set up this construct where every girl rebuffs you. And the way that you prove that, the proof of that is in this. There's a show called Pop the Balloon, and it works both ways. It works both ways, right? It works one way with men and women. So basically, a man comes out and a man comes out, and the girls see him right away, and before he says anything, they pop the balloon. If they pop the balloon, that means that they don't want to talk to him or they don't like him. They haven't even done anything but looked at him for 2 seconds and they're popping balloons. And sometimes a guy come out and they all pop their balloons. And sometimes a guy come out and a few of them will pop their balloons. And then as he starts talking or answering questions about the or talking to the girl, because what they do is they go to the girls who pop the balloon and talk to them. So that makes other girls want to pop their balloon so that they can get attention. But that's a bad inducement. But while he's talking to the girls who have popped the balloon, who have rejected him, other girls, for whatever reason, they start popping their balloon. But I think that's because they want to be talked to. They want attention. So they do it malicious. They don't do it maliciously. But then some girls just do it maliciously, you know? And that's what I mean. So you got a guy who comes out, a fairly decent man, average decent man, and he's not fat, not ugly. He's got the beard, the wardrobe. I mean, his wardrobe ain't the best because he ain't got the pop collar. He ain't got the winner circle, but you know. And they pop the balloons. Pop. So there you go. Total rejection. So that's how it is for most men. But then again, there's another side to that because what it comes down to is like, remember when I told you about healthy social societies and they have a pairing of boys and girls, like they have a boy and a girl, they pair them. They pair everybody up from childhood age. And I remember it when I was a kid. I used to always never get the good girl. I never got to stand in line and hold hands with the good looking girl because I was too short and they were all the taller ones. But I used to be like, damn it. Well, but anyway, sometimes you have to just stick with your circle. So you have a woman in your life that's in your circle. You got to stick with that. Trying to meet strangers in this day and age, the standard is too high in America. That's the problem. So if you try to go outside your circle and enter into a new circle, the woman's going to reject you. A lot of times she's going to reject you just because. Most of the time she's going to reject you because she feels she's already in a better standard or, you know, she's already obligated to another man. So you can't win like that. That's pretty much what has happened. That's pretty much what has happened in this era. So, and it's like that when you come to other countries. When you come to other countries, just know that they were in the village, or they were in their favela, or they were in their commune, and they were in love with the Colombian man, a Brazilian man, or a Thai man before they ever knew you existed. And that sets the tone and the mood for the rest of their life. Then they learn about foreign men and they go out there and they learn about foreign men, but that's a whole nother hierarchy. I don't want to go into that today. It's a whole nother hierarchy about that because it does come into things do come into play, but it's just the way it is. We can't do nothing about it, really. But we cannot delude ourselves and keep talking about things like it's a what's the word? Basically, everything is futile, which means that there's no point. It's no point to it. All you can do is be still. And if that woman, that beautiful woman, manifests herself in your life and she's loyal and she's kind and she respects you and she's going to be that ride or die for you, if that's what's supposed to happen, then that's what will happen. But me, I'm done forcing shit. You can't buy it. You can't manipulate it. I can't influence it. I can't do. I'm not gonna do those things because it get the same result. That's why I'm a red pill. When you realize that, you become a red pill. When you accept stoicism, you become that type of person where you're like, you know what? I'm just gonna chill. I'm just gonna chill. And I'm pretty sure that the universe has brought me the person already that I want to be with, that I should end up with. But we're just doing our own thing right now. We're just in two different lanes on the highway. But I could kind of see that this girl that I met, the way that I want things to happen is just developing like that because we're so close already. We have a closeness. Probably for me, the only thing is to get over my ego about about her having a social life. But I have a social life too, so I can't really be upset about it. But if I can get over my ego about her past, which is not really a big deal because I think when you have a problem with a woman's past, it's because you know they can't be totally honest with you. But this girl and me, we're close, so oh what like she knows stuff about me nobody knows. Like I've never been vulnerable to a woman before where I've told them things, my innermost thoughts, and the things that I'm afraid of, and the things that the way women have hurt me in life. But so we're definitely getting very close. And she has a boyfriend now and all that stuff. But oh, I shouldn't say this because she might see this. But anyway, yeah, it's just a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It's cool. It's always good to have fantasies, but this shit, this shit ain't even a fantasy, man. This shit ain't even a delusion. This shit is reality. And the reality is that you have to the reality is that you have to accept that the way you're gonna win the game is by not playing. It's the only way you're gonna win the game. What does that mean? That means if you come to any of these countries, don't do anything other than enjoy yourself. Eat a good meal, stay somewhere nice, shop, do excursions, do nothing at all, you know. But don't beg people to take your money. Don't do that. Don't beg women to take your money. Don't give your money away to women frivolously, you know. And if somebody wants to fuck with you, it'll happen, and there'll be nothing you can do about it. So you ain't got to worry about that part. So that's all I got for today. I'm just ranting, just waiting for the next live to come on. I got to charge this phone and get ready for the next live. I'm going to talk about Charles Tyler. I'm going to try to do it tonight. I'm kind of exhausted now. But anyway, I want to hit the streets too. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you for joining me tonight. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. I got some more lives coming up. And we're going to continue moving forward, all right? Thank you guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.